Okay, 5-7. 5-7. Add and subtract mixed numbers. So, for for video purposes here, yesterday we did 5-6, the add, subtract, just the fractions. Just bringing in mixed numbers today. We went in depth, reviewed the rules of addition, commented on all the things we need to do anything with fractions. So all that stuff still applies. These first ones here, I remember last year I had them solve them, and some of them got pretty intense here, to be honest with you. So on the homework, skip 2 through 8. Okay, just skip this. Again, I remember I said, no, solve them, and they just got to be really beastie problem. I mean, really long things. So, so your homework will start on number 10. 10 through 20, adding problems. Flip it over to the back side. 22, 28, the subtracting problems. One more time, like yesterday, we should definitely utilize rewriting our subtraction problems as addition problems. So we know, that way we know if the signs are the same or different and can utilize the proper rule of addition that we need to solve. So some of these, I gotta tell you, the answers do get kind of larger. So it just is. So these will take a little more time to find some common denominators, simplify. You'll have answers in the hundreds and stuff. So it's all that we did, but a little bigger. So let's look at number 11. I got negative 9 and 5/8 plus a negative 4 and 7/8. So these are additions, so don't have to rewrite anything. They're already in the form that we want. And now it's just a matter of deciding, are the signs the same? Are they different? What do I got to do? I see the signs are the same. You may want to consider rewriting some of these in vertical format, especially with common denominators, because we're going to have more than just the fraction going on. If you can keep up in your head, hey, I mean, I'm not telling you not to, but some of these are going to get a little large, and just being able to have this up-down will make it a lot easier just to do it here. But this one, of course, the signs are the same. I know it'll be negative, but what we do, okay.
It should be enough to get you through.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Aarons. Okay. So when we're doing it, just like any adding, if I would write 12 plus 34 down, where do I start? Well, I'll write it 19 plus 34. Well, we always start in the ones column, right? And kind of work our way to the left. Because we do that, then if we have to add anything over, we just carry it over. Of course, we know how that works, right? Same thing with the fraction or mixed number things. We should add the fraction part first. So I see 5/8, 7/8. If I add them up, I get 12/8. And different people do this differently here. 9 plus 4 is 13. So I would get an answer of negative 13 and 12/8. Would I like that answer? Obviously not. What would I have to do? Well, this is basically what? 1 and 4/8, right?
Which is a half.
Right. And I'm basically adding that to the 13 that I already had, right? So 13 plus 1 is 14. And of course, we would simplify that too. And of course, it would be negative because both the signs were negative. So
Wait. Aren't you adding a positive then?
a negative plus a negative. Signs are the same. Add the values, carry the sign.
Okay.
I didn't write the negative all over the place. It's just, and I usually don't, but it's why I do it. My second step, 1, just blah, 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 and then 2. go back to the beginning and determine is this a positive or negative here. So I kind of wrote that up here, like before I did anything, I just put a negative symbol there. So you can do it first, but whenever you want to do it, just get that negative in there, but signs were the same. So what did I do? I added the fractions, boom, added the whole numbers, more or less, just clean this up, whatever you simplify, whatever. You can do some of these things 2 steps and once, and that is fine. Some people, when they do this, again, you can speed this up quite a bit. I mean, if you're ready, you could just look at this and be, well, that's 12/8, but that's just 1 4/8, and you could just kind of set it up like that. Or maybe you just knew that was 1/2 right from the get-go. 1, 9, there's my 14. There's a lot of ways you can see it. I've seen many different combinations of right answers that get there. Different people prefer to set it up differently, just depending where you're at and what you like to do. So I don't want to tell you how you had, if you get this answer, I love how you did it. I love it. Let's look at signs are the same. They're all the same. There's not many. The only one was
19.
yeah, 19.
Oh, not 19.
Math teachers will like, you'll get the answer wrong, but they'll mark it, or you'll get the answer right,
Let's
but they'll mark it wrong
try.
because you didn't use the method that they wanted. I hate it.
We'll do 19. Try 15, I guess. We'll get some zanier ones in a little bit. So this is a 5th grade level problem here.
Oh, I didn't even see the film, alright. I think we're doing this stuff in like 3rd grade, wasn't it?
So no negatives at all. So just
I'm done. I'm done.
okay. What's the answer? Anybody?
8 and a 4.
8 and 1/4. So, problem like this, if I was doing this here, what I would do sometimes is just go 10 12ths. And I can see this is 15 12ths over here.
3 12,
I see, yep, 8 and 3 12. So again, you can, and you guys are at a level where again, it's just writing everything out step by step. Some of this you just can see in your head, but. Okay, 17 again, signs are the same, nothing to talk about there. 19, let's give that one a shot.
It's huge. It's very large.
What the heck is that thing? Alrighty, that's not very nice.
So signs are indeed different.
Sorry.
And this one, due to its complexity, I would definitely consider working in this capacity here. So I wrote it as my adding the negative right there. But we should know the signs are different.
I'm having a brain fart.
Good job, Colin. Makes me undescribably angry.
What?
This makes me angry. Makes me gangrene.
Ew, don't bring that up.
Okay. I don't know if it's simplifiable. So I'm just gonna go.
Alright, let's see if I can give everybody
We're
one
not done
down.
yet.
Me neither.
Okay,
I'm almost done. I just got.
alright.
I don't know if I can.
Okay, I got it, but it's 100% wrong. Actually, 99% wrong.
Oh gosh. Oh wait, no, it's not adding. I messed up. Please don't be me.
Okay, first one, well, they're only gonna get more juicy on the
You can
next
be me,
set, I
I don't
promise.
care.
Colin,
No! So you line them up, and
so what's my common denominator?
I got 63.
That is correct.
Yay.
So what do I need up here?
Oh, on the top of the first one, 36.
36, yep,
And then
times
7 on
9.
the next.
Yep, times 7. So greater absolute value on top, lesser on the bottom. 36 minus 7.
I'm having a brain fart. 29.
Yep, denominator never changes. 108 minus 45.
Hang on. 6. Hang on. Hang on. 63.
We're
and
hanging
20
on, you gotta-
29, 30, 60, 63. Can I
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Yep, greater absolute value is positive. It's just simplified.
Yeah.
Yep, 29 is a prime number.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And there we go.
I did it.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, I'm gonna throw a problem up here.
So happy.
So we're gonna switch over to subtraction now. I'm gonna create a problem
We're
here.
having a
This time.
discussion either way.
Okay.
Oh, you still have to do that.
I know. I just want to do them aloud. The worst thing is when you say it in front of everybody and then it's really, really long.
Okay. Shh. Guys. Okay. Here we go. 9 minus 2/3, or 3 2/3. So I am going to, once again, negatives will start appearing throughout in here. No negatives necessarily this time, but still, I'm going to rewrite as an addition problem. So there we go. Boom. And we know signs are different, right? So greater absolute value, subtract lesser absolute value, right? There we go. So this one here, just like if I said 103 minus 45, we know, well, I can't do 3 minus 5, can I? So what do? Well, I go next door, there's nobody there, so then I go next door again. 100 is the same as 9 tens plus 10 ones. 9 tens plus 10 ones, there's my 100, put all back in place. Agreed? We have to borrow from next door to do our subtraction, 13. And then we can go ahead and finish the problem once we do that. So this one's kind of the same deal here, where I could write a fraction here, and I see my denominator I'm working with is 3, right? So I can put a 3. But what do you think my numerator would be here?
3.
3 is 9 plus 1. That would give me a value of 10.
Oh, I thought, the way I do those is about 8 over, and then 8.
That's what we're going to get to. But, so here we go. This is 9 is the same as 9 and 0/3. I mean, there's nothing there. Why did I put it there? Well, I wanted to get at least something in here because we know to subtract fractions and things like that, we got to have a common denominator and all that good stuff. But we can't do 0 minus 2, so what does that mean? Well, we need to pull from next door right here. I need to take 1 out. But when I put it back in, it's not just writing a 1 here, that's not going to help us. But the whole fractions have a value of 1. I took 1 out. If I put it back in, I would probably want to call it 3/3. Or whatever, if I had minus 3 and 1/8, well then I'd call it 8/8, or whatever it is. Whole fraction, as long as the numerator and the denominator have the same value, they have a value of 1. So when I had 9, and I took 1 out, there's my 8. Where'd the other one go? It's right here. 8 plus 1 equals 9, right? But why did I do that? Well, I did that to create now I can subtract. What's 3 minus 2? 1, 1/3, and what's 8 minus 3? there's my final answer right there, 5 1/3. So the key here, and this is the move I said we had to review, this is it right here, that if you run into a situation where you're subtracting, and it doesn't have to be a whole number, we're gonna run into scenarios like, say I have, and I'll create one in a minute, but this is easy to add. 2/3 plus 1/3 is 3/3. 5 plus 3 is 8. Of course, 3/3 is the same as 1. And I'm right back to where I started. The old subtract down, add up thing, right? Make sure I get back to where I started. Try this one here. 3 1/8 minus 2 1/4. Keeping it simple with just whole numbers now, so. Officially, if you decided I'm gonna rewrite it, well, there you go. You can see the signs are different, so greater absolute value, subtract lesser absolute value. Common denominator necessary. Think you got it?
Yeah.
All right, give them all a shot here.
I'm thinking I got
So
it.
probably be the last one I do, and then 3 more problems. One for everybody.
I don't have to do one.
Can you call this one for me?
He
No, this
volunteers,
one's me.
shake a stick out.
Yeah, I volunteered.
Shh. Well, then there'll be 4 more
I
problems.
volunteered tribute.
I got this one. You'll get your opportunity soon, my friend. Okay. So greater absolute value is that one. Lesser absolute value is that one. Greater absolute value is positive. I know my final answer will be positive. Common denominator is 8. And of course, I'm running into the situation here, right? I can't do 1 minus 2, so what's my move? Well, I better break one out. And if I put it back in, what should I call it?
9.
No,
Oh, 8.
that's what I'll get to, but I gotta put my 1 in. It is 8/8. Right? So 2 8/8 is the same thing as 3, right? But you guys are right, on to the next move. This one here, we just did 3 minus 2 and called it a day, but this one's a little different because we didn't have, it was just the number 9. There was no, it wasn't 9 1/3, it wasn't 9 2/3, it was just 9 0/3. But this one, it's not 3. It's not 3 0/8, it's 3 1/8. So I did break one off. I am adding 1, but I still have this fraction already here. So I need to basically add these fractions together. Because I have my 1 plus this 1/8 that's just still sitting out there. Does that make sense? How that worked? Now I can go ahead and do it. So it's 9 minus 2, which is 7. Denominator never changes. Should get an answer of 7/8. Is your final answer? Because 2 minus 2 is 0.
Couldn't you just put it to being not, or the bigger whatever?
What?
Couldn't you just put it to being 9 or 10/8 or whatever? Okay, wait, okay, so, but would it be 10/8 if it was 2?
Correct.
I forgot what I was saying. What, yes, I mean.
Yeah, if this was a 2/8 up here, well, then I would have a 10/8.
Okay,
Because I took 1 out, just 1. And that's 8/8 or 13/13 or 25, whatever your denominator you want it to be. They're all. But again, I still had, this one was just 9, just flat 9. But this one was not just 3, it was 3 1/8. So I need to add on my little fractional component that's still hanging around here to it.
Good job.
Because if I don't, I do 8 minus 2, I get 6/8. And then 3 minus 2 and 6/8, if I add this all the way back up here, I'm going to get an answer of 3, not 3 1/8. If I add up, I'll be short an 1/8. And where did it go? It was right here. You should have added it on and did 9/8 there. Make sense? Okay. All right, here we go.
I'm
Where's the other one?
calling it.
you get 2
23, 25, 27. There you go. One for each of you.
For the first one, then?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is it. I mean, once we're done with this, we are done with talking about how to add and subtract fractions officially.
Mr. Musher, I like this problem. That's a nice problem.
I want Sam to get 23.
Yeah.
So do try these because, again, you guys are good, but this is it. This is the end of our adding and subtractions portion of the year. We are done, which is very different from your last 2 years where we spent numerous chapters going through this. Now we're spending 2 whole days and on to the next thing. So this is it. If you can get even 2 of the 3 of these, I mean, good job, you. If you can get all 3, that's great. But 2 out of 3, boy, I can live with that. So, and again, this is each one of these are not a whole lot different. But, okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes or so. I'll just pause the video for a message. Unpausing briefly, we rewrote, crossed out 27 due to 23, 25, and 27. Ultimately, all proving to be adding problems. Signs are the same. This one, the signs will be different. So this one will force you to use the other method here.
Special grade.
Give you another minute or so and let's go through them and call it a day. Well, a math day at least.
I'm not gonna get figured out 29 for some reason.
What the heck?
You should just tell us what the bottom number is for 29.
15, 4?
Hey, what is it?
What are the multiples of 15?
I don't know.
15.
That doesn't
30.
go into 4. Does 30 divide by 4?
I don't think so.
No. What's next?
45.
Does that go into 4?
I don't know.
What's next?
60?
Does that go into 4?
Colin.
Yes.
There you go, 60. The truth is, I mean, with things like this, if you don't know, there's a surefire way. It may not be the least common denominator, but all you have to do to find any common denominator, you may have to simplify in the end, is just multiply the 2 denominators together. 15 times 4. That is always going to be a common denominator. It may not be the least common denominator, okay? And if that's the case, you'll have to simplify your answer at the end. But if you don't know anything, just multiply your 2 denominators together and boom, you got a common denominator.
I don't think this is right.
This is probably right.
We'll find out in just a moment here.
I'm not locked in, but I'm so locked in.
Okay,
Let's go. Me.
23, Sam.
Yeah, 2 lollipops. Yeah.
So let's rewrite as an addition problem.
Yes. So it'll be 26 and 1/4 plus 5 and 3/8,
Right.
and then you gotta get the common denominator. So it's 8. So on the bottom it'll be 3/8, and then on the top it'll be 2/8, and then you gotta add an extra one of these things. So it'll be 25 plus 5.
What?
Because you gotta take one of the things off. You gotta add it.
Why would I break apart to add?
Because you gotta carry it over. Oh no, to add. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. Alright, so it's 31 and 5/8.
Right. 2/8 plus 3/8 is 5/8. 26 plus 5 is 31. Positive or negative?
Positive.
Right. So ultimately, we
I
have
have
a
a little
double
red
negative
mark.
scenario. Add the opposite. Opposite of a negative 5 and 3 is positive. So there it is. Nothing to simplify. Not too challenging of a problem, I don't think. 25. Eve. So if we rewrite it as an addition problem.
So -8 and 2/15 plus 4 and 17 or 7.
add, what's the opposite of that? Right. Negative 4 and 7/15. Okay.
So then stack it,
Yes, ma'am.
and then you find the common denominator, which is 15.
Yep.
And then the bottom one would be 7 on 15, and then the top one would be 5 on 15.
Literally the same thing.
Yep. Okay. What?
Don't forget the sign is after.
Oh,
Or
okay.
does someone else take on that,
The card for Sydney?
the sign,
Huh?
the alley sign?
I put it up this morning. I don't know if I can. I'll be
You'll be, okay,
around. So I'll try to. I got it out this morning though. So
thank you.
I did
Well, I'm
that.
just wondering if somebody else needs to move it
I
tonight.
think. Let me think.
Sorry,
I
guys.
I should be able to get it today.
Because
Yeah.
if not, we can figure something else out.
Okay. I think I can get it today. It's kind of a every day is its own little adventure.
Send
So
one of your kids.
sometimes I got all different kids at different times. It's a
No,
random.
you guys.
It's a huge
one of
mix
you
here.
three,
So
I'm
right.
leaving.
I should be able to get it. I got it today.
Thank
I got
you,
it
Walter.
today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I thought that you were talking about one of your actual kids, like your, like
Yeah,
Heather or Celine.
Celine would try to carry and just
Oh,
die.
yeah.
She would be able to pick it up, but oh, she just.
Okay, Eve. All right, we got it all set.
I'm not really sure about this one, but it's, so the bottom one's 7/15, and the next one.
So we add up our fractions. So the denominator is never going to change. And when we're adding, we just add the numerators together. So what's 2 plus 7? 9. And then over here, what's 8 plus 4?
13, 12.
There we go. So I end up with 12 and 9/15. But this I can simplify.
3/5.
3/5. Positive or negative?
Oh, you can sit. I forgot.
Why?
They're both negative.
They are both negatives.
So, negative.
It's negative because when what we do, the signs are the same, right? Add the values and then carry your sign, just like if they were two positives. So if the signs are the same, whether it's two positives or two negatives, we add the values together. I didn't write the negatives over here. I mean, just writing them all over the place is just, I don't know. I just deal with that at the end. It's just a lot of, writing negative, 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 negative. But, yep. And again, the video from yesterday, Eve, will really bring this all together a lot for you. If you're understanding some of this today, well, then what we did yesterday will be the easiest walk in the park for you, right? Trust me. I know. Okay, last one, 29, Faith. Let's rewrite as an addition problem.
Yeah, so please. So it's negative 42 and 52/60.
I'll get there. And then the other part,
Plus a positive 39.
right. So double negative scenario, add the opposite. Opposite of a negative is that. So there we are. Okay. What are we seeing now?
You gotta do the bottom number. And it's 60.
Yep. So
The top one is 52,
right.
and the bottom one is 45.
Okay.
I got 57 on the top. I don't know.
And then
Did you add it?
Oh.
It wouldn't make any sense.
If you did add it, that's not the right answer.
That would
don't
be
know.
a value greater than 1 all of a sudden. Okay, Faith.
it's basically subtracting, so you get a 7/6.
Right, signs are different. That one's positive, that one's negative. Greater absolute value, subtract lesser. Okay, 52 minus 45 is 7.
And then negative 42 minus 39 is negative.
Right, 42 minus 39 is 3. Final answer, positive or negative? How do you know?
Because of bigger numbers.
Right, the greater absolute value was the negative. And there it is.
So,
Okay. Remember, don't do 2 through 8, so 10 through 30. Good.
right back.
Quiz tomorrow. The adding, subtracting, comparing. Yes.